It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Golden Eagles and the Desperados, and it's coming up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. One final time this regular season. As always, joined by Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, as we get ready to put a bow on what has been an outstanding 18 weeks of football.
And for 14 lucky teams across the NFL, Kate, this isn't the end for them. This is their last chance at a tune-up before they play on into the postseason chasing that Super Bowl ring. But for the other 18, this is it. Their final chapter. Their final chapter in a story to take the field until September rolls around again. And for some, frankly,
set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And here we go in Mexico City. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by the 3rd-round pick in 2021 out of Stanford, Davis Mills.
well, here it is, Kate. This is a weekly payoff to all the work you do behind the scenes, all those bonus reps as you stick around and try to develop that chemistry. Think Tom Brady and Deion Branch in the mid-2000s, communicating from just glances and subtle nods. That's the type of stuff they're constantly working on to give them an edge right here on game day.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 on that one, and it'll give him a first down.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
We get a look at their injured players now, Brock, and with no postseason appearance for them this season, I'd assume the goal is just to get through this game without adding anyone else to this list.
Well, you better be careful, as that saying goes, when you assume, because the guys that are out here, they're not thinking that way at all. It is a bummer. There's no question about it, and those injuries played a role in them not making the playoffs. But for those guys that get to play today, this is their shot. This is their tape, and you never know what this afternoon or evening could do for their career.
From the gun on 3rd down. Forced out to his right. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
So Rigoberto Sanchez, the man who will send this flying on 4th down. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. So they come on offense now, readying for their opening drive. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Purdy throwing here to start. Able to find Jones. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun is Purdy. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I love the thought there and the idea. Get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
On third down, Purdy escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Purdy gets this from the pistol. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll give him a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
He's got time here. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Sending a receiver left. Back to the air on second. Purdy. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And he's taken down at the 30. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be a first down. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop. Second down now, 7 to go. In motion, right is Jones. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They'll run here following the penalty. This is ahead for about 5. Kyle Duggar hauling him down. It's a 5-yard gain, and that brings up 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Purdy. On the move, headed right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. So now a timeout for a player who was shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree, not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. From the red zone now. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And now they face second down. Purdy throwing here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Man in motion here. Here he is on 3rd and long. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run for Mostert. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play, and they'll have first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Going to the ground again on first. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Mostert. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man, and you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They kick the running back in motion. Out left, Lamb makes the grab. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 27. Completes this one to Jahan Dotson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one.
And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. The Desperados pull ahead 6-3 in the first. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Nick Folk now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Desperados take a 4-point lead. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Running behind center with Edwards. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Neither side separating much so far. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to get underway, and this home crowd excited as their guys have possession. They'll try to attack this deficit, starting with 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. 2nd and 3 now. Running back sent in motion. From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. So now a timeout for a player who was shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree, not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. First down throw by Purdy. Got his target, it's Otten. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Travis Jones, the man in on that tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here's a give inside to Edwards. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th?
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
They go to punt on 4th down, and out heads Tommy Townsend. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The Desperados and Jahan Dotson about to take over on offense once again. Here's Mills. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Mills looking to throw. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Desperados. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He gets it out of there, and this has some distance. Punt taken at midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. Now this offense getting set to work here. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. It's a handoff here to Edwards. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Here's Purdy to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Give him 24 on that play. And that gives them the first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Handoff headed right, it's Edwards. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Edwards again. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man. And you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. 3rd and just 2 to go. Looking to throw, Purdy. Flush down out to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
On to try the field goal, Harrison Butker. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. Up and good from Blankenship. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Desperados back out on offense as we see Raheem Mostert again. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. They kick the running back in motion. Here's Mills to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That's into the hands of Mostert. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Able to get it to Moore. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You've got to be cognizant of where the line to gain is. You can't run that route short, and you certainly can't throw it. That route's just not deep enough. Needed to extend it closer to the chains for a 1st down.
Takes this in at the 25. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They'll try the right side with Edwards. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Sticking with Edwards here. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Desperados and this running back headed back out for a new series. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. It's complete to Higbee. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Call it a gain of 2, and now it's going to be third down and 1. We're to the 2-minute warning from Mexico. And it's the Desperados with only a yard to go here on third down. Motion man left is Lamb. Looking to throw on third and 1. That's into the hands of Moore. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. Pickup of 2 here. And they're going to have a first down. Running back sent in motion. Now Mills. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. A tight end in motion now. 2nd and 10 now. Taking a shot, deep down the field it goes. And this is knocked away incomplete. It's a good play, but I don't think it's going to matter. We've got a flag back by the QB. He may have been hit late on that one. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down. Throwing it again here. And after all that time, still nowhere to throw it, and they bring him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
They need some extra time to think over third and long. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Shotgun handoff for Mostert. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. The offense getting set to go. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. From the gun is Purdy. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. To throw again, it's Purdy. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He's got this at the 27. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Mills to the air now. Brought in right side by Moore. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. So now a timeout for a player who's shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. It's taken in by Lamb. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A massive shot towards the end zone. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
The kick by Gano is good. And that'll push their lead to 4. So we're halfway through this final week of the regular season. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome you all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. On the return, here's Jones. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They send a tight end in motion. Purdy on 1st down. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Purdy now on 2nd and 10. Got his target, it's Otten. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Getting out to his left. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
The Golden Eagles getting their punter out there. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And it'll be their football. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And it'll give him a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing here, Mills. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give him a first down. Here's Mills. He's got it near the 10. And he's in. Touchdown. The Desperados push their lead further to start the half. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. Folk with a point after. And the Desperados drive their lead to 11. It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. On the return, here's Jones. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. This offense getting all set for this series. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right. That's grabbed inside the 30. A pickup there of 39. And it sets up first down.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece, and he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First down throw by Purdy. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. Edwards. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Golden Eagles shrinking the lead some in the third. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
They're leaving the offense out there, and they're going to try for 2. He's throwing for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returnable from the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The visitors and Davis Mills making their way back out on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Mostert. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down. Going right back to Mostert. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Roger McCreary brings him down that time. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Mills. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Uh-oh, he can't escape. He's brought down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks set you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Punt team on the field. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. He has it at the 13. He gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. The Golden Eagles and Gus Edwards headed back out on offense. This one returned for 11 yards. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. Edwards on the shotgun handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Motioning one of the tight ends. On 3rd down, Purdy. 4-step, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Running on first with Mostert. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 41. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throw complete to Lamb. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 2nd and 3 now. Staying between the tackles with Mostert. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11, and that'll be a first down. Working inside the red zone. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be second down. Here's Mills to throw. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Escapes out to the left. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
On is Nick Folk to attempt the field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. The kick by Gano is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
It's all lined up. Folk ready to send this one flying. On the return, here's Jones. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Pretty throwing here on first. Neighbors with a catch. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun is Purdy. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they've made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. That's into the hands of Mostert. Third and a lone yard coming up. Mills looking to throw. Caught by the open man. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And they'll have 1st down.
You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
Now they send their back in motion right. On the move, headed right. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
It's complete to Higbee.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's 2nd and 7. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Able to get it to Mostert. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man, and you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give inside to Mostert. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. From the 16. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down. A give to Mostert out of the gun. And he'll push them down to the 6-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Yeah, that's what I call an absolute no-no. I mean, that just can't happen down here in the red zone. You've got to find a way to get rid of the football because now, well, now you're not only outside the red zone and you put some points that you thought were a guarantee with either a touchdown or field goal, now a little bit in limbo.
The kick by Gano is good. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
On the return, here's Jones. This return makes it up to the 25. Now this offense ready to head back out. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. They'll go from the gun with Edwards. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Able to find Jones. He makes it in for the touchdown. The Golden Eagles have cut it to a 3-point game here in the 4th. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Golden Eagles cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. He fields it from the 8. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. The drive begins with a run for Mostert. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 35 on 2nd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Here's Mills. Finds him over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Mostert with it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Going to the ground again on first. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Mexico City. Desperados up by just a couple of points. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They send the tight end in motion left. It's Mostert on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. They kick the running back in motion. He's back to throw. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. A lot of pressure on this kick for Nick Folk. This is a 42-yard look from the left hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond a field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense ready to get going again now. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Buys time, rolling right. He's going to keep it this time. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Here he is to throw. Ball finds his running back, Gus Edwards.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. And we're going to get a timeout from the defense here. To throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Desperation time here on 4th. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards them, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential 1st down.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they end the season on a great note, Brock, with a W in the final chapter of this year's campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Desperados are your winners as we say adios from Mexico City.